During election season, we see more political posts and articles pop up on social media platforms. And of course, it's not all true. A University of Texas professor who leads the propaganda research program is taking a closer look at how false information spreads online and what you can do to stop it. So here now we have Sam Woolley. How is this all looking right now in the political landscape?
We've seen things begin to ramp up. So with the 2020 primaries really gaining steam, I think disinformation, as we all might expect, is beginning to flow more. When I say disinformation, I mean the purposeful spread of this false stuff.
Yeah, how does it really spread online?
So there's a lot of different mechanisms that are used to spread disinformation. Everything from bots, things like automation. Bots are automated profiles on social media, but also inorganic information flows. So a bunch of people come together, decide they want to spread a particular idea or boost a particular person, and suddenly you see something spreading.
You know, how prevalent is politically motivated trolling and disinformation on social media?
It's become more and more prevalent. It's become part of the toolbox for the people that are working to manipulate public opinion. Whereas before it was traditional for TV and radio to be the space where you spread political comms, now the internet is that place. And the thing about the internet is you can massively amplify the content and you can also automate it while simultaneously being anonymous.
How concerned should we be about this?
We should be concerned, but there's a lot of things that we can do to fight back. There's ways that regular people, but also that our politicians and that the companies that run these platforms can respond.
Yeah, you talk about politicians. What responsibilities do the candidates have to really, talk about what's false and what's true?
A big part of combating disinformation and propaganda is actually having it enter the cultural discussion, enter society. And so candidates need to have plans for responding to this kind of stuff. If a candidate doesn't have a plan, I think that they're going to run into a lot of trouble at some point during this election.
Well, what advice do you have for people to help identify misinformation?
I think people need to be vigilant. They need to look out for flags like profiles not having pictures, look out if they're texting or tweeting or messaging at really, really high rates. Also to make sure that they are not sharing articles without having read the whole article. Looking for good, valid, objective news sources out there.
Is there anything we haven't seen yet that you expect might happen before the election when it comes to misinformation?
Sure. One of the things that people are most concerned about is deepfake videos. Deepfake videos are videos that are built to look like a person saying or doing something they never said or did. So what you do is combine a bunch of images together and then make it look like someone's doing something. We haven't seen those really come out this campaign season yet. I think they probably will rear their head. However, most of the fake videos we see circulating right now are what we call cheap fakes. They're just doctored using iMovie and then spread and go viral.
So if you look closely, you can tell.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can tell, yeah. And actually one of the ways to track deepfakes is through blinks because they're a bunch of pictures put together, and most of the pictures that are available to put together don't have us blinking.
All right, well, there you go. A lot to look for, though, before we get done with this election cycle. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for having me.